175 177 നമ്മൾ ഇതെങ്ങനെ 170
Enjoy today's show. In the event of an emergency, an announcement will be made over the public address system. We ask that you please follow the instructions given by stadium personnel. Train staff will direct you to the nearest exit, and we ask that you please remain calm and exit in an orderly fashion. If you require assistance, please remain at your seat, and stadium staff will help you. If you have any questions, please visit a guest services booth. We hope you enjoy today's show.
Welcome everybody to our fourth performance at the 90th annual Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. I'm Bob Tallman and I'll be joining Boyd Polhamus and Andy Seiler in a moment, but we're ready to open our show with something very special. It's called the Grand Entry. Let 'em ride, swing the gates, let's do it Rodeo Houston style.
Thank you, Bobby T. Leading the way with the American flag is Miss Rodeo America, Haley Fredrickson. With the Texas flag is Miss Rodeo Texas, Bobby Loran. With the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo flag, lifetime Vice President, Bubba Beasley. Now I know all of you will stand at the side of Old Glory, but understand this is a parade. So once Old Glory passes in front of you, feel free to take your chair because we'll call you to your feet later on for our invocation, our Pledge of Allegiance, and the National Anthem. So be seated once Old Glory passes in front of you.
Right behind our banners, you see the chairman of the board, that is Brady Caruth, our president, Dr. Chris Bowman, and our stock contractor and rodeo producer, Binion Servey from Rogan, Colorado.
We'd like to give a big welcome tonight to our past chairman of the board and presidents, beginning with Mr. Jim Butler.
To the executive committee. There's Warner Irvin on horseback, along with Ray Hinesley, half Honeycutt, Parker Johnson, Dr.
Also riding with us, our lifetime executive committee. That's Don Buckaloo, Tillman Fertitta, Wayne Hollis, and Ed McMahon, Chris Richardson, Keith A. Stevick, and Jim Wyndham.
Well, here comes an important group that we recognize as our vice presidents. Beginning with Tom Baker III, Larry Bedeker, Dr. Brian Wander, there's Robert Clay and Ed Decorah, Alan Folger, Juan Garcia, good evening, John Genovas, John Calethro, Butch Guerrero, there's Bill Hanna, Miss Alicia Jimerson, Michelle Lilly, Emmett Scory Jr., Scott Sullivan, Chris Underbrink is there, Duncan Underwood, and Tanya Jurgensen-Jacks.
Take a peek now to our lifetime vice presidents. That's right, lifetime vice presidents. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Jamie Ehrman, Dr. Terrence Fontaine, Ray Gonzalez, Dick Hutchins, Jim Lightfoot, Yance Montalbano, Brent Schroeder, and Daryl Schroeder.
Some of the directors joining us tonight include David Stone, Barry Summerhour, Tracy True, James Whitfield, Brian Wisniewski, Dennis Wolford, Michael Wallum, and Neil Yelderman.
When we talk about the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo horseback guest tonight, welcome to the president of Baylor University, Linda Livingston. Spouse of Linda, Brad Livingston. Christine Rosselli of Baylor. David Rosselli, Baylor, and of course, our director, Bo Dawson. Welcome to you all.
Rounding the southeast corner now is the First Lady's carriage. That is Zane Carruth, the First Lady and wife of Chairman of the Board, Brady Carruth. Kim Folger, the wife of VP Alan Folger, Dennis Wolford, one of our directors, and Jennifer Van Maitre, the wife of Executive Committee member Joe Van Maitre.
Our second carriage is the President's wife's carriage. Inside is Randy Bowman, wife of President and CEO Dr. Chris Bowman. We also have Julie Wood, HLSR Managing Director of Merchandise, Thomas Marinac, Paula Urban, HLSR Director of Ticketing.
You see that number 3 carriage of our executive office guest. Special people in there tonight. We had a couple extra room places to put some people. These are people that have waited a long time to get to ride on a wagon or in a carriage in this grand entry. To all those people, welcome to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo and our 4th performance.
This performance, of course, we are saluting Baylor University. Yes, sir. Our entertainer tonight, King and Country. And we want to welcome all of the viewers that are tuning in on the Cowboy Channel. The Cowboy Channel takes us right from the very beginning of the rodeo to the conclusion of the buck busting. So it's great to have them on board.
Well, as you'll see, our wagons up front and our special carriages, they're starting to exit the arena. My goodness, we filled all the wagons tonight, Andy.
If I counted correctly, I believe we have 16 wagons tonight to go with our 4 fire trucks.
I want to give credit to our grand entry committee. We have 2 tents outside that are about 300 foot long and 200 foot wide. You talk about a committee of hardworking volunteers. They prep the wagons every day. They take care of the horses and the mules. And we have a whole nother special place to park all the fire trucks. You think you've seen a grand entry? Welcome to Houston, Texas.
Looks like the Baylor Bear.
I believe that's why he's there. You know, what doesn't make you stronger, or what doesn't kill you, will make you stronger.
Yes, sir.
Except for a bear. A bear will definitely kill you. It'll definitely kill you.
Yeah, but you'll get stronger if you run far enough. Don't try to outrun a bear going uphill.
Or up a tree. Those puppies can climb those too.
Shake and rattle the limbs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, do remember that we're here for a very special. We have had the pleasure of raising over $550 million. That's better than it's a $500 million plus scholars.
Friends, please be seated. Seriously, we want you to enjoy the tail end of the grand entry. We'll ask you to rise again once Old Glory is officially presented for our invocation of Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. Thank you. Join off with the company of cheer. Bob, you mentioned that $550 million that we've given in scholarships, but that is absolutely impossible without the 35,000 volunteers who man more than 110 committees. You know, and that $550 million has been doled out to over 20,000 recipients. Here's the president, chairman of the board, and Pinion Survey.
I feel like every year I come here, I find out about a new committee. When you have 110 committees, there's literally a committee for everything. On the way out last night, I found out that there is a waste management and recycling committee.
There is a committee, guy that's shining my boots tonight, served 8 years on the half-price carnival ticket committee. I mean, you're right, and there's 110 of them, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done to have a rodeo this big.
When you think about waste management in our livestock and horse barn areas, this is a 24/7 emitting tons and tons of natural waste.
It's biodegradable though, Bob. That's the good stuff.
Represent the Servi family. And if you're into history, a little moment of nostalgia, you'll see the silver saddles that they ride. A lot of those saddles go back to Roy and Dale, Gene Autry. We're talking about now a century before us. So many stories about our Western way of life. We get to exploit it in the form of a great sport called rodeo.
You think those silver saddles are worth today?
You know, it's not the silver, I don't think, Boyd, as much as it is
The history.
the history, when they were made, who rode them, where they have been, how many grand entries. The early rodeo days here in Houston downtown, and you and I in the